Hello once again to all our viewers, our stakeholders, the faculty, staff, students, and even the alumni and the greater community here at Dumaguete and in fact Foundation University and all over the world, those who have been supporting iGreyhound through these years. It's another Thursday and I think many of you have made Thursdays as your regular habit. Here we are again. My name is Cecilia Genove and as always, our team here at Foundation University makes it a point to bring you episodes where you can learn many lessons from as well as insights from our very special guests. So for tonight's episode, friends, we have deemed it fit to invite two international artists, if I may call them as such, because they truly are, because they are here to tell us about a very exciting project. And while we are at it, while we are speaking, we are almost at the tail end of this particular project, which they call as Crossover. But before anything else, may I introduce our guests for tonight's episode. Immediately to my left is a good friend of mine from way back, but I will have to say that we are truly honored that she is back here at Foundation University and we are speaking to her right here on the studio. May I introduce to all our friends a Dumaguetenya, an international artist in the person of Miss Cristina Kitty Taniguchi. Hi Kitty and pleasant evening.
Hello Cecil, good evening. Good evening friends out there watching.
Yes, thank you very much for accommodating our invitation. And beside Kitty here is, yes, a guest for just a few weeks, I think, just a few weeks. But it is her first time in the Philippines, and I think it is truly an opportune time to be here for her to experience the Dumaguete experience. I will allow her later on to expound why she is here in Dumaguete. But may I introduce to all our viewers, Miss Tanja Djokic. Hi, Tanja. Pleasant evening.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for your invitation.
Yes, thank you very much. I was recalling another person who has that name.
The Novak Djokovic, the tennis player.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was.
They mixed me up a lot.
Yeah,
with Djokovic.
right. So that was in my
and
mind.
Jokic, they mixed.
And Jokic. Oh yeah. Right.
So it happens to me a lot. That mixing the
Yeah.
same
So
names.
Tanja Djokic. There you go. Yes. Okay. So again, I mentioned crossover, and as I said, we are now almost at the tail end of this particular project because we started on this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That is why Tanja is here. But may I request Kitty to acquaint our viewers of this particular project because you had actually organized it through your Maryah Gallery. Yeah, Miss Kitty.
Well, actually, crossover, we held around 2 previously. But then basically, because I'm talking to the audience, I'll make it very simple. It's actually a residency program that we love to do, if not yearly, but if the budget allows it, we organize. We ask partners. As of the, at present time, we ask Foundation University of Fine Arts, Mugna Art Gallery, and of course with our also participation the Maryah Gallery, and then we invite artists. Today, for this project, we invite Miss Tanja. We met sometime in Jaipur in another art event. So that's it. And then the program, actually, the crossover, simply saying it, the aim is just to create some kind of artistic and cultural exchange amongst the artists and the observers and maybe the young people ahead.
Yeah, okay. So this is why Tanja is here with us, no? So again, may I just reiterate it? So there is Maryah Gallery organizing Crossover 2025. Then there is Mugna Gallery and our very own students of fine arts here at Foundation University are the participants. Okay. Now, how has it been, Tanja, over the last 2 weeks or so? I know that you've been around. I know that you've been supervising as well the works of the students. Tell us about that experience, Tanja.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Since I came here in Dumaguete, it is truly love on first sight.
Oh.
The feeling, the meeting with people, it's amazing. I was very excited preparing for this project. Before I was searching about Philippines and about this project, all this, there are many, how to say, assignments in this program with interacting with students, but still, as much as I prepared, I got pleasantly surprised with the organization is amazing, the people is amazing, the engaging, the professionalism on very high level. Here in the university and both of the galleries, I am really truly amazed how everything is organized. But still, no matter how you're prepared, some things happen very spontaneously. The interaction, which is the main purpose of this crossover project, interaction with people is opening new gates, new creativities, new possibilities, and that's the beauty of this project.
Yeah, I like the way you put it, no? Love at first sight.
Oh, absolutely, true.
And I think it's providential that Dumaguete is chosen as the first city that you're going to visit here in the Philippines, your first time. Anyway, may I ask, no? Because after all, this is a creative process. What specific processes were involved while you were preparing for the project for both Kitty and Tanya, and while you have immersed yourself now in the last 2 weeks or so? Maybe Tanya first.
Well, the first project was the solo exhibition in Mugna Gallery, and that was the first part. The second part was interacting in the Foundation University with students, the workshops, and a lot of interesting activities. Actually, the VR workshop,
virtual reality.
Yes, virtual reality workshop, and how to call this live workshop with many students working on this huge painting. And actually, last night it was the opening in Henry Resort Gallery. It is amazing. I was surprised how it was successful, because so many energies, so many professors, instructors, students, but when you put it together, it looks so energetically mature and so sophisticated together. I was really, how to say, proud to be a part of this and very happy.
Yes.
So it's very high professional level, which I am surprised in this. And I was many times, I don't know how many times I come to the Foundation University. Every time I have a really, how to say, a great and productive time in this interacting with everybody who is working here and who is studying here. So
yeah, and now that you mentioned that the canvas, no, the exhibits or the paintings of the students have been mounted, I think it was only last night or yesterday.
Yes.
The exhibit runs until the end of May. Yes, that's very good. Yeah, and then Kitty, thank you, Tanya. I'll get back to you. Yeah, Kitty, processes perhaps that were involved, no, while we were preparing and while we are at it now in the crossover project.
Okay, actually, frankly, my work was actually just invite Tanya and then probably just give out the concept for the crossover. But then I actually, frankly, in fairness for the two partners, I didn't do so much work. The mechanics and logistics were all done by these two. I'm so very thankful. We're all done by Mugna, Vincent, Lopez, and of course Sandra Palomar of Department of Fine Arts of this university, Foundation University, and so thankful about all these things. I was just so lucky. I'm so lucky that these people I happened to partnered with are all professionals, and I'm very satisfied. Because if not, my God, you can just imagine the burden that I would be actually experiencing or doing about this. So thank you very much.
Yes, and that is actually what collaboration is. No? That's what collaboration is. But you had organized it, Kitty, and that's also a big job, no? Bringing Tanya over. But again, since we have been doing, we did this over the last 2 or 3 weeks with Tanya, including the other artists who we will also be interviewing in another segment. But what truly inspired you all, no, the artists and the organizer, to come up with this particular project, aside from, like, may I use the word, aside from crossing over to multiple cultures as well as the perspectives from each one, but what truly inspired you? You know how it is, like, anyone probably can do this or anyone may not do it, but what spurred you to come up with something like this and bring it once again to Dumaguete? Kitty?
Me, I don't know, but as a visual artist, actually, I always think of something that would, this is not really, modesty aside, would like to share art itself, in quotes, to young generations, to the community. That's why sometimes I said, okay, we'll organize something so that we can involve the community about this. We can engage them so that they will know that, oh, well, this is a community. Sometimes, even the country, sometimes artists and art are generated into, just background, because we are third world country, and it's not our priority to be probably always having art in our minds, but then this is just something that I really like to do, share, because sometimes, although an artist could isolate oneself in doing art pieces for her own personal, project, but then I also believe that artists should not be working all the time in isolation, so we share.
Yeah.
That's why we do this.
I like that, no? Because the concept really of
Yes.
among artists, also this, although it's not really a general concept,
Yeah.
is you are isolating yourself from the rest of the
Yes.
world. But this is a very good way of letting people know that you guys exist, so to
We
speak, no?
exist,
But by having this and involving the community. Now, thank you very much, Kit. Tanya, can you describe to us or to our viewers as well the so-called artist residency, which you are now, no? And you are participating in this.
Well, how I experience these kind of events and how, from my point of view, it is like entering in some movie with real characters, real life, interacting, making a new family. I call it my art family. And what happens of that creation is, for me, every time amazing, especially when we meet with people with similar values and point of views and creativities. But actually, the beauty of these meetings is, for example, we come from different environments, different backgrounds, different cultures. So it is one energy, another energy. For example, we meet a few days ago, and the result is the third energy, the third creation. This interview happened. This was not planned in the program. This happened actually. It was a surprise for me.
Let's thank
and that's the
Miss
third.
Sandra.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Sandra.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. So it's the new creation happens. Meeting other people, other energies. Something new happens as a surprise, and that's actually the point that I'm very addicted to that kind of new energy. I was researching so much about Dumaguete and Philippines, but still so many things happen as a surprise, especially the people, not only the beauty of this country and of this amazing city, but the people. It's something, I'm amazed. I have to say, my observation, the people here in Dumaguete are so hard-working, so professional, the highest level of professionals, but also so relaxed, so easygoing.
Yes.
So kind, so smiling. So that's you don't have this in big cities.
Okay.
So this is the charming part of this Dumaguete that also I fall in love with.
Yeah.
So professional, so hard workaholics. Like everybody is working so high level, hard, but also, oh no, take it easy. Okay, we'll do this in the right way. So I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. So.
Very, very nicely put, no, Tanya? And I think that is why, Kitty, that art is really thriving in Dumaguete, no? I'm sure things like this may happen in other cities in the country, but art and culture and even writing, literature, and so on thrive in the city of Dumaguete. Now, is this your first time to be an artist resident, or have you been elsewhere?
Yes, I have.
Of course,
yes,
no?
yes, yes. In Paris, in Egypt, in Japan, for 5 weeks. They were in India a few times. So anyway, I think this point you made, the sentence you just said, is that if the artists are one of the main, most important parts of the environment of our countries, if the people, the environments are more conscious of that, it would be a much, how to say, a better society, because I think artists make something really, how to say, good, sincere from the heart, and the connections we make, all of beauty, and to make a better world.
Right.
So it is one of the most important segments of this world, civilization, yes, to make this kind of encounters and collaborations.
How does your international perspective influence your art, Tanja?
It absolutely influences. So every experience is, as I said, like a different universe, a different movie, and something, it makes a big influence after, for example, we will see what happens after Philippines, for sure. Something new will happen. But what's also interesting in this kind of artist in residencies, symposiums, and this kind of festivals and how to say, crossovers. Crossovers, a very good name for
like
this
the
project.
term also.
Absolutely, it explains. So I get surprised. Even years pass, even years, and then one person that we met there in some place, some country, in those artists in residencies, calls me, or I call that person because some project appears and I think of that person. Oh, this person does this and that, can connect with this project, with this, and so it, as it came now, as we met a long time ago in Jaipur in this India symposium, and we had a really good interactions, good projects there. So it's continuation. So who knows what will happen?
Right. And Kitty herself is an artist resident in other countries also.
Yes, I did have.
You've been, yes, right, And then may I ask Tanja once again, your perspective, no? You had given us that, your international perspective, and being in many countries also as an artist resident. But what were you most excited about when you came over to the Philippines to share to our local audience? Did you have something in mind?
Oh, well, something in mind to get to know as much as I can, to get to know people and how they think, especially the local how to say, experience. What I was surprised, for example, when the exhibition was in this fantastic Mugna Gallery, the students and the people who visited, I was amazed how the questions they ask, the interest they show, there were no surface questions, only deep questions.
Wow.
Very focused, very interested. That's one of the things I'm amazed. So interested to find out who is this person, and that's so enriching, so fulfilling, so inspiring. So I think that was also my point when I was preparing for this project, to get to know as much as possible. And it's always in these kind of collaborations to leave the self, how to say, to leave the me. It becomes we, because it emerges, it pulls in, and it makes something new happening. So that's the most important thing in this kind of events, to put together, to make the we possible. That's also these workshops and all together. But also I have to mention again the professionalism in Maryah Gallery. Thank you. Kitty Taniguchi, thank you,
Thank you to
Vincent
Tanya.
Lopez and Koki, the
Mugna, yes.
curator,
And of course, Foundation
Sandra.
University.
Yes,
Foundation
it's
University.
part by part.
Fine Arts
I'm
Department,
so the professionalism is amazing. Yeah.
What was the most rewarding aspect of this particular project, Kitty?
Oh, that's actually every project that we did, that I had even engaged with, participated in, I always had this feeling of satisfaction when the project actually fulfilled almost everything. I mean, the program of activities, there wouldn't be any like kind of failure,
maybe
etc.
hitches.
Yes, hitches, and so that satisfaction is always there. And meeting people like Tanya, meeting other people like even the locals. You know, sometimes on personal level, I don't usually go out and mingle with other people, but once there is this kind of I'll call this mergence, because with crossover, you expect mergence of people, ideas, whatsoever, ideals, whatsoever. So there is always this kind of satisfaction when everything's simmered down. When I'm alone, I'm always satisfied. Oh, thank you for experiencing such thing. Thank you for, I think, engaging in this kind of activity or a program of activities, something like that. That's the kind of feeling I always have, and I'm very happy meeting other people, meeting other artists, meeting other administrators, you know, organizers.
Yeah. And I think that may also be something that Tanya shares with you, no? The sentiment.
The sentiment.
The rewarding aspect of this collaboration. Yeah. What advice, Tanya, can you give to viewers, no? All those who are like viewing us out there worldwide, to those who would like to collaborate with other artists internationally, and maybe a piece of advice?
Well, to the artists or to the people?
To the people in general, and maybe to the artists also.
I think the one of the most important thing is to keep the curiosity as a child, to be so happy as a child, to jump into unknown, to jump out of the comfort zone, to just do that, just jump and you will be surprised. Not to be afraid of going to something unknown and interacting with people. And even concerning this project, the fulfillment, I feel, is more than I expected.
Yes.
It's amazing how all this true value fulfillment that it is now a part of me, and I will carry with myself forever.
Yeah, so in other words, keep that childlike discovery or childlike imagination in each one of us, whether you're an artist, a budding artist, or anyone who is practically in any field.
It's celebration of life.
Right,
Celebrating
exactly,
life,
exactly.
People,
and it's very infectious, no?
Oh,
your
absolutely.
inspiration, very nice. And what is next for both of you individually? Huh? May I ask Kitty, because I know that the world is out there for you in the taking. So what's next after crossover? Kitty first.
Well, I have little activities like, for example, mind you, I'm quite old to do so much activities. So,
art never makes anyone old.
There's no retiring when you're an artist. But actually, I'm preparing for the next Visayas Art Fair, which is always held in Cebu. And this would be in November. So I just have to isolate myself again because I'll have to do works for that activity.
Yes.
So,
it's not little. It's still a major one.
yes.
Yeah. And how about you, Tanya? What's next after crossover 2025?
Well, you know, that's after these things happen, there is always that surprise, which I am addicted to. Who knows what will happen? But for sure, I am preparing 2 exhibitions in the future. Also, I mean, when I come back to Serbia and also Montenegro, because I'm flying all the time between Serbia and Montenegro. Also abroad, I do plan some things which I will not discover now because I don't want to talk in front the future.
Okay. Yes.
So I work on it, and then when I jump into the present, then it's happening. So a lot of things are, how to say, boiling, creative things.
Yes. So you don't want to preempt anything, but you
Yes.
love surprises.
Absolutely.
Listening to you, huh?
Surprising myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So in the few minutes that we have left, Kitty and Tanya, this has truly been a very engaging conversation. But any parting message that you'd like to leave to our viewers, young and old, artists or budding artists, or anyone who may be in any field of endeavor, but who would like to share the creativity as well as the inspiration that both of you really radiate to our viewers. Who will I start with? Well, maybe Kitty first, and then Tanya.
I always say to the young generations of creative minds that just work, simply work, and don't expect too much, because this is a big world, and of course what Tanya is saying, there are lots of surprises. So if you are destined to be that, you are, but you don't wait for that destination, or destiny. You have to work hard so that in a way you can be also professionals in creative industries.
I like that. I love that very much. Yes, thank you, Kitty. And then Tanya, please.
You absolutely said everything.
Yeah.
The hard work is really the most important thing, to give yourself 100%. And even the conditions are not perfect at that moment you are working, that doesn't matter. It will open sooner or later, and the people who recognize you will appear. So the failure is normal. You have to always stand up. And as I mentioned, the curiosity, the openness, the openness for new things, surprise. But the hard work is so anything is possible. Anything is possible if you work hard and believe, and keep open. Keep open. That's not to be closed. Although in our profession, in our creation, the solitude moment is very crucial, and I am in love in this solitude creation. It's not loneliness. It has nothing to do with loneliness, but solitude. And it's an encounter with the inner self, with the microcosmos. But what is happening here is microcosmos meeting microcosmos meeting macrocosmos, from inside to outside, and then the new creation happens, it is happening now.
Beautiful. Such inspiring words that cuts across all disciplines, whatever they may be in. Thank you very much, our two beautiful, empowered women. My goodness. And this has truly been a very nice, engaging interview. Not just an interview, but maybe a conversation. And we can continue this later. Thank you very much, Kitty. Thank you very much, Tanya.
Thank you.
I, Greyhound, will be right back, friends.